Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today's frugal tip is how I stock my freezer so that I don't have to cook for a week. So let's get into it. I'm going to open up my freezer and I'm going to show you what I've got and how I acquired it. The top shelf is always like frozen milk, an extra carton of frozen egg whites, and my fruit. The second shelf is always meals that I can just heat up. Some were leftovers and some were specifically cooked to be put in the freezer. And boy, am I glad I did that. With the holidays coming up, especially next week being Thanksgiving, the last thing you want to do is worry about what you're going to be making for dinner every night. So I'm going to tell you what I have. Way back here is a container of chicken soup that I made homemade with my own bone broth and chicken. This container has leftover pot roast, potatoes, and carrots. I have some cranberry sauce. I have this container here is escarole and beans. This is the base for creamy, cheesy broccoli soup. Green beans. Things I can add to an omelet. These are some pieces of zucchini, and I can always add some shredded mozzarella to it. This container is a container of just ground beef, cooked, not seasoned. And I have 4 containers of chili. In the fridge, well, wait a minute, let me get over here. I have my pie crust. I can make vegetable stock, and I have yeast to make bread. So now you're probably wondering, how did I get all that? Well, it's very hard to cook for 1 or 2 people. So anything that I have left over, I just pack it up and I freeze it, knowing that the following week or even 2 weeks down the road or a month down the road, I'm going to pull that out because I want a quick meal. There's bound to be a couple of nights a week where you just don't feel like cooking or you don't have the time. It's a great way to repurpose your food, staying with the theme of a no waste November. So I am going to make good use of these meals, and I can tell you that the soup that I made was specifically made for the freezer. And Sunday, we wanted dinner early, and I hadn't even thought about Sunday dinner. I was able to heat up a container of chicken soup. And while that was heating up, I opened up a jar of my homemade sauce, and I threw in some ground beef that was already cooked. Heated that up. I boiled some spaghetti, and we had spaghetti with meat sauce, homemade chicken soup. And I just happened to have a few rolls from the bakery that were left over. I heated them up, and it was a quick, delicious dinner. Last night's dinner, I had made a Hormel pork tenderloin in the crock pot. And I sauteed some spinach with some onion and tomato sauce on the stove. Literally half of each is left over. So that is going to be for tonight. And I am going to be making some pork gravy to go with it. And that little container of green beans that is in the freezer, I'm going to take that out as well. So there'll be like two veggies there. And I think that is going to be enough for 1 or 2 people, maybe 3. I even doubt that there'll be 3. But there's definitely plenty for 2. And I do have a container of chicken soup in the refrigerator that I made. So we could start out with some soup to warm up our bellies and round it out with 2 green vegetables and the roast pork. And I even have a container of applesauce that I could throw in, half a container of homemade applesauce that'll round out that meal. So I'm telling you, girls, ladies and germs out there, Don't worry about having leftovers. Don't worry about my family isn't going to eat it. If they're hungry and you're not cooking, they're going to eat it. Trust me. Food is way too expensive to be wasting. A lot of love and energy and time goes into it. A lot of resources go into it. And there's no reason why something can't be reheated or reassigned to become something else. Please consider some of these tips, because when you have extra time, if you can make one extra dish a week and then pack it, put it in the freezer. Or if you have leftovers, no matter how little it is, put it in a small, tiny little container, put it in the freezer. Some night if you have a larger family and you want to use up those leftovers in your fridge, don't call them leftovers. Heat them up and you tell everyone you're having a buffet. Mom has a buffet tonight for dinner, and everybody gets to pick and choose what they want. What can possibly be easier and more frugal than using up all that food? So please, no waste November. That's my tip of the day. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you thought it was helpful in some way, or even if you already knew this, maybe I encouraged you and just given you a little push to try it out. You have nothing to lose. If it doesn't work out for you, that's fine. It didn't work out. But you really have nothing to lose. I love you guys. Please remember, give me a thumbs up. I am looking to grow my channel. I need 11 more subscribers to hit my goal of 700 for this week. So please consider hitting the icon bell, tapping that bell, and you'll be getting notifications for all my videos. You'll never miss anything. And I promise you're going to love my channel. I love you guys. Be blessed. Be prepped. Have a great day. Bye, cheeks.